Are you really that
I'm
heartless?
sorry, ma'am, but we're just following orders.
Try it! Go on, try it!
We're just doing our
Wait a
jobs.
second! Stop what
Hey!
you're doing! I said I'm your boss! I'm the one calling the shots!
It was your company that bought Tvwan? Everything will be okay.
John, it's Mother!
Mother?
Mommy,
Mother.
Digicel TV, home of Rugby League. Dial *515# to subscribe.
The TV1 News is proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome. This is TV1 News. In this edition, audit begins on Connect PNG program, Horabada High School gets new classroom, and Bougainville Company take interest in mud crab farming. A special audit will be done into the government's flagship Connect PNG program. Chief Secretary to Government Ivan Pomaliu signed an agreement on Tuesday with Deloitte Touch Tomatsu, a global professional services firm, and Knots Projects Limited, a Brisbane-based engineering firm, to commence the audit in March.
Chief Secretary to the Government, Ivan Pomaliu, said he was pleased to have Deloitte and Norths independently undertake this special audit, managed by his office through the department's internal audit branch. Pomaliu said the work will begin in March, and the audit team will be conducting physical inspections of all Phase 1 projects throughout 8 provinces. The primary aim of the 20-year Connect PNG program is to improve road connectivity across the country to support economic growth, social development, and national integration. Since the launch of the Connect PNG program project in 2020, no audit was done. This audit will focus particularly on ensuring proper use of public funds, assessing project performance, identifying irregularities or unethical practices, improving efficiency, monitoring compliance with laws and policies, enhancing public trust and confidence, and evaluating sustainability and long-term impact. The Chief Secretary also called on provincial governments to collaborate with the audit team to ensure a smooth flow of work. Ruth Rungula, TV1 News.
West New Britain Province honored the legacy of Papua New Guinea's founding father, Grand Chief Sir Michael Somare, in a heartfelt celebration marking the 4th anniversary of his passing. Despite days of continuous heavy rain, the province came together in a show of unity and remembrance.
West New Britain stood undeterred by the heavy downpour as students, teachers and leaders gathered to celebrate the life and legacy of late Grand Chief Sir Michael Somare. The theme of the event focused on Vision 2050, reflecting on Sir Michael's beginnings as a teacher before entering politics. A teacher representative of the school in reflection said that Sir Michael was a teacher first and that shaped his leadership. In honoring him, they prepared their students for the future. He envisioned an educated, healthy and prosperous Papua New Guinea. Students and teachers from Kimber Secondary and Hoskins Provincial School of Excellence paid tribute to the Grand Chief, reflecting on his passion for education and its role in nation building. Students admitted to being inspired by his vision for education, saying, "We want to be part of a smarter, wealthier, healthier PNG by 2050. West New Britain may have faced heavy rain, but the spirit of remembrance and hope shone through, proving that the legacy of Grand Chief Sir Michael lives on in the hearts of Papua New Guinea's next generation. An inspiring tribute despite the challenging weather." Susan Oriape, TV1 News.
In Jiwaka Province, the Gobo All-Girls School of Excellence in Jimmy District is nearing completion, marking a major milestone for female education in rural Papua New Guinea. The school, officially approved by the National Education Department, will cater for grades 11 and 12 and feature 8 classrooms, dormitories, teachers' houses, science labs and recreational spaces. A generator and 4G tower have been installed to support electricity and online learning. To improve accessibility, a newly built road now connects the school to the main highway, and the Jimmy District Development Authority has provided a land cruiser for school transport. Almost 5 million kina has already been spent on infrastructure, with the school opening aimed for 2026. Wakigoi, member for Jimmy, has called on the Jiwaka governor, investors and stakeholders to support the initiative, highlighting its potential to attract investment and visitors to the district. Plans are also in place to establish a local market for community involvement and fresh produce supply. The Jimmy District Development Authority has pledged continued support, and Goi has assured that other pending infrastructure projects in the district will also be complete. The Porabada community and the students of Red Scar High School today witnessed the opening and handing over of a new double classroom by the Mineral Resource Development Company. This marks the start of the high school's plans to upgrade the status of the school to that of a secondary school and have the first grade 11 intake next year.
Red Scar High School officially opened its new double classroom today, showcasing the hub of learning that will help shape the future of Hiri West. Principal of Red Scar High School, Paul Mitna, highlighted his plan to turn this school into a secondary school next year.
This is a challenge to the community, the parents, all stakeholders. Red Scar High School and Yanu High School, if I am not wrong, is the only conventional high school left standing, yet to be elevated to attain secondary status. I am on a mission to do exactly that, to get this school to have the first grade 11 intake next year.
The project costed 630,000 kina and provides the school more classroom space for more student intake.
Today is a very momentous occasion because infrastructure is not just infrastructure. A double classroom is a hub of learning and creating the future. They usually say, where your money is, there also is your heart. And I want to commend Director Peter Wagi and the board of GRPNG Energy Plant for aggressively pursuing excellence in development and the development of our children's future.
This project was funded by the Gas Resources PNG LNG Plant Limited through its Community Infrastructure Trust Fund and facilitated by MRDC's Community Infrastructure Trust Team in partnership with Rhodes.
Today, through your landowner company, gas resource plant and MRDC, we are handing over to the community a very important facility to enable better learning environment in the school. The growing number of students is causing strain to the government on the existing facility and causing a critical shortage in classroom space. As a partner in the development of the community, it is in the interest of gas resource plant to undertake this project.
The handover marks a partnership focusing on landowner beneficiaries, particularly the plant site villages impacted by the PNG LNG plant. Red Scar High School opened in 1979 and is the only school in the Hirikoyari electorate that will be elevated to cater for grade 11s. Jasmine Irjak, Tvwan News.
In addition to the double classroom, Red Scar High School will receive an additional 4-in-1 classroom, also to be funded by the Gas Resources PNG LNG Plant Limited through their Community Infrastructure Trust Fund. Director representing Porebada Peter Vagi announced this during the opening of the double classroom today. Member for Hirikoyari Keith Iduhu, in welcoming this announcement, also pledged his support to help fund the next classroom project.
As we launch this classroom, I am proud to announce to you on behalf of the 35 clanets, I am now committing a 4x1 classroom in my next 2025 project rollout.
That in my leadership and Hirikoyari in the district, I want to work with everybody to consolidate our joint efforts to bring a common outcome for the goodness of our people. So if he pledges a 4x1 classroom, the district stands to cut half of that price, and we go partners in this development.
Teresa Kass, wife of former Madang Governor Jim Kass, is the new president of the Madang Provincial Council of Women following her successful election yesterday. The other council executives elected include Beverly Peniel from Rycoast as treasurer, Jessica Morosa from Sumka as secretary, and Victoria Jano from Bogia as vice president. The women thanked the Provincial Electoral Office for successfully coordinating their elections, ensuring Madang women are represented in the Council of Women.
Former Provincial President Elizabeth Palm and current Madang District President facilitated the elections, using her vast experience to ensure these elections occurred in line with the NEC's submission deadline of the 28th of February. The only district that missed out was Middle Ramut due to logistics issues. 20 women representatives from the districts came together in Madang to elect the provincial president. Palm guided them through on the voting process, as many of them took part for the first time.
Demand Lomilo challenge up there because me Mr. President before na Misa we angere na meet na requirements block or kind level many shut they go inside na fight. That is why before me play conducting election, me talk, me no napsana. You me must bow out gracefully na looking inside, yan play kamada, inside you got qualification, inside you got experience. You step aside na lale moligo. Because all the Girabin good name block, you me all get a madam. You me one play basket. You me one play houseman.
In her official speech, President Kass boldly put forward her intention to run for the national president's seat for the National Council of Women.
We look forward to convention. Now yes, me go to, me apply campaign finish and up, me no love no hiding. Me was me like national president. We look in long time. We are too much talking about kitchen stuff. And kitchen stuff and what God give him the it's always there. Yeah. Think out of the box. There was something where you may think you're making now. There is nothing in this world where Marino will walk.
The ladies wasted no time in settling down and discussing crucial areas they need to look into internally. and also their participation at the Women's Convention in Tvwan from the 23rd to the 28th of March to coincide with the International Women's Day. In a show of support for the women, Madang District Administrator Albert Ului, Provincial Electoral Manager sponsored Navi, and the Electoral Returning Officer for the election, Panchito Amepo, were there to witness and congratulate the elected women leaders.
You need to go back and come out and start the ward. The ward only must not got no me challenging you. As long as I'm here, all that the ward council of women, you must have your plan. Your elections must come out with your district plan, Long Mary, and then the provincial plan will be made when the 6 districts have your development plan. Women's development plan. Right now, Olmeri, we are witching and whining, we are talking and arguing. We don't have a plan. Nobody will listen to you and I. We do a mouse that's all. Where's that plan? No, we do. Where's the priority? Olmeri by Olimas Sana Pantaplo, not talk. So I want something you mean Olmeri must sensing. Right now we have already changed one big thing, and it's the conduct of the election from the ward.
Jasmine Erjak, TV1 News.
This is TV1 News. We'll have the day's other stories when we come back. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical cuddle, get up and big smile on face. Time cook him chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste P&G loves.
Cold Pal Lemon. It's tough on stains and gentle on clothes. Cold Pal Lemon has a great lemon fragrance which brightens your clothes and gives that extra freshness that lasts all day long. Cold Pal Lemon, tough on stains, gentle on clothes with extra freshness.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever. Yes! From small dreams to big possibilities. The One-Top Jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
We are just moments away from rugby league history. Oh, my goodness! Oh, shot! He's away. He puts the foot down. No way! What a tackle! They're back in town. Razzle dazzle. This show was made for fame. Oh, there's a strong shot. Exceptional. That is superb. That is South Sydney at their exhilarating Viva Rugby League.
Thanks for staying with us. A fact-finding mission has seen the members of a newly established company, Tonsu Marine Resources Limited from the autonomous region of Bougainville take a road trip out of Port Moresby City to Auna village in the Central Province. There they met Paul Ciara, a mud crab farmer who, through facilitation by the National Fisheries Authority, exports live mud crab on a weekly basis to Singapore. They saw firsthand how mud crab is farmed and how they can replicate this on their return to the autonomous region of Bougainville. Tonsu Marine Resources Limited is a newly established company by the Tonsu constituency of the autonomous region of Bougainville. This week, a fact-finding mission took members of the company on a trip out of the city to Auna village in the Karukuhiri district of Central Province. There, they met Paul Ciara, a mud crab farmer who currently exports largely to the Singapore market. The team heard from Paul how he farms his crabs and highlighting to them not only the challenges of his business, but also the security of a weekly income to sustain his family. The group's visit, facilitated by the National Fisheries Authority, saw them also undertake a visit to NFA's storage facility at 8 Mile in Port Moresby. There, the team leader of the company, Fabian Hahut, underscored the significance of the visit to the farm and the facility.
Walkabout belakang lo here, I'm long come looking online lo NFA, long kisim data and information about establishment with Lauklo walking. At the same time, go through long excursion visits to the farms where all the established staff are here. And because we have a great interest long come up in this business long mud crab.
Mr. Hahut says the team returns to Buka by the end of the week. It is their hope to have their first lot of mud crabs exported from Buka by March this year.
We'll go through the planning of establishing, maybe start to purchase mud crabs from farmers, local people, so that we have our first supplies to go out as soon as possible. We're interested with mud crab because of the kind of environment that we live in, that we got this kind of mud crab and stuff and pull up na stuff.
Tonsu Marine Resources Limited plans to later venture into other areas of exporting products like fish and seaweed. Keen to take on the challenge, Hahut expressed that they were determined to succeed in this endeavor. Paul Ciara from the Karukuhiri district in Central Province has been in the mud crab farming business since 2017. He has established and continues to maintain a lucrative business relationship between relevant bodies that facilitate the export of live mud crabs from his farm in Auna village. These crabs are then sold on the market in Singapore. Every week on Fridays, mud crab farmer Paul Ciara sells live mud crabs to the National Fisheries Authority, who purchase these crabs and transport them back to their storage facility at 8 Mile in Port Moresby. These live mud crabs are then exported from Port Moresby to Singapore the next day to an NFA facility managed by One Solomon Private Limited. Paul says his business has greatly supplemented his effort to sustain and support his family. Paul's mud crab farm has now expanded to include farms worked by his siblings and their families. With a total of 7 mud crab farms, the family works hard to not only ensure their financial security and livelihood, but meet demands of the market they currently supply.
It did benefit me a lot. I had all my kids to school, and they are all in Moresby working. To this day, I have a buyer who's from Singapore, Sahau Lemil, and the Fisheries Department has set me up a time frame for selling mud crabs to them. And we have a facility at 8 Mile. So when they buy my crabs from here, straight to 8 Mile and sell them to Singapore. So every week they buy from me.
Paul says the benefits of mud crab farming are many. But so are the challenges. The severely deteriorated road conditions from the main road into the village is among them.
It's a very hard life for us to travel out. So once we have no transport to come in, our crabs die. So sometimes the buyers do not come and they ask to get the crabs ready for us to pick up. I don't listen to them because I know my crabs will die because of the road condition. But if they provide transport, then our negotiations and our deals work okay, because our road conditions are very bad.
Paul says with adequate support, he and his family will be able to not only grow their business, but for the immediate future, function seamlessly to meet continuously the current demand for their product. About 351 police reservists comprising policemen and policewomen in Southern Highlands Province who have undergone 6 months of training passed out today. This is the first ever major reservist training undertaken in the province and the country in partnership with the Department of Police. The focus of the recruitment and training of police reservists is primarily to beef up police manpower in the province, given the shortage of regular policemen and women to effectively address prevalent law and order issues in the communities. In light of the rise in lawlessness in the country's capital city, Port Moresby, the police hierarchy in the NCD Central Command is introduced in foot patrols, which will also include random stop and search of people. Assistant Commissioner of Police for NCD Central, Benjamin Turi, announced this when recently addressing media on the increasing law and order issues, including the murder of 3 women in the NCD Central area.
Patrols walk the streets in NCD and stop and search. Those basics, I drilled them all this morning, and a number of them were transferred out of the current stations there.
The grieving family of late Constable Noah Biape, who was murdered in Mendi, Southern Highlands Province, is calling on the leaders of Southern Highlands and Enga provinces to work with them to reach a peace agreement. The family claimed that they have not received any form of support from these 2 provinces since the passing of the late Constable on January 14 this year.
It's been 6 weeks since the death of the late Constable Noah Biape, who died during an ambush in Mendi, Southern Highlands Province on January 14, 2025. According to the family, the late Biape was serving the people of Enga and Southern Highlands Province at the time of his death. They therefore claim that it is only rightful for the elected leaders of Enga and Southern Highlands Province to come forward and support the family.
Some type of thank you from the Enga provincial government, at least to the mourning house here, the immediate relatives which we have been mourning for the last 7 weeks since his passing, January, the 14th of January this year. It's a time. Mila appeal na Mila call him. Governor of Southern Highlands, William Powi. Mila call him Governor of Enga. Because M7 people belong and no working work long, no in the work long on the province, and pass out long, Bomana, na 10 years M7 belong. No got on the Tuxora long, and the provincial command, all members belong. Na Southern Highlands, provincial headquarters long, Mendi, now leaders long Mendi. All not talk sorry.
Many things has transpired along the way. Because of the center of the crime and the crime scene is in Southern Highlands Province, we allowed the political leadership of Southern Highlands and the Provincial Police Commander for Southern Highlands and the officer in charge CID Southern Highlands Province to work with his colleagues from Hela and Enga and through the ACP Western End. So the 6 weeks wait is now getting into 7 weeks.
The family also thanked those who have shown support through cash and kind, since the death of the late Bihape.
I would like to thank certain politicians, leaders who have stood beside us from day one up until today.
Come attend him. Only come the web only at the funeral service. Only talk sorry. You plus something else where.
Meanwhile, the grieving family is calling for the RPNGC hierarchy to assist with the repatriation of the late constable's body for burial. Tracy Pa, Tvwan News.
The UPNG-NGI alumni, in appreciation of the work of the NCD city wardens, provided free lunch to the wardens on Saturday as a show of appreciation for the work they're doing to keep the city bus stops clean and safe. They shared the lunch together at the Southside Fitness Center.
UPNG-NGI SACS Alumni Inc. members Justin Ozil, Gabriel Tuga and Jackson Barrow were amongst the association representatives who spoke at the event, appreciating the work of the city wardens in keeping the city safe and clean. Ozil told the city wardens the main reason for this gathering was to recognize the work the city wardens do on a daily basis, so they know that their work is appreciated by many. The wardens were encouraged to remain committed to their job as nature has its way of rewarding hard work, and when the time is right. They were encouraged to be disciplined, loyal and to be honest to their jobs. The Deputy Director City Wardens Amos Koima was delighted that someone has finally recognized their efforts.
It's really refreshing and it's really motivating. It gives us the strength to go to the next step, the next level. What they've done this afternoon to bring us together and have lunch and to talk to them is really inspiring. And we know that that gives us a sign that there are other people who really appreciate what we're doing and want to support us.
Koima said, "This is the first time to have an organization sitting with them and show support to the work they do. They've only been appreciated on social media." He commended UPNG-NGI SACS Alumni Inc. for the initiative and hopes to get necessary support from other organizations as well. The association is an alumni of UPNG, where former UPNG-NGI Sharks rugby league team, now in the workforce, get together with the aim to impact the community in positive ways.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2487 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2412 $0.3800 Australian dollars, $0.2226 euro and 35.61 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed lower except cocoa and copra closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. Stay tuned. TV1 News continues after the break.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
Help stop the spread of germs and protect your loved ones with Protex. Here are some simple hand washing tips. Use soap or liquid hand wash. Vigorously scrub hands in circular motion. Scrub in between fingers and nails. Do not forget the back of the palm and around the wrist. Rinse with clean running water. Dry hands with a clean paper towel or cloth. Protex. Clean hands, good health.
Digicel Business. We help grow your business with secure, reliable and cost-effective ICT solutions. We will manage your technology so you can power your vision for your business with the best solutions to offer. Accelerate your business growth with Digicel Business Cloud Solutions with cloud platform services, disaster recovery as a service and backup as a service. Talk to our cloud solutions experts today. Digicel Business. Better solutions for better business.
Can everybody say Mbula?
Following the 2024 Pacific Break competition, we're celebrating the best musicians from across the region. We are in for such a room treat tonight with a series of live performances from Fiji. Y'all are amazing. This week from the Solomon Islands, it's Bibao and Lona. Pacific Break concert, Bibao and Lona.
We are just moments away from rugby league history. Oh my goodness! Oh, shot! He's away. He puts the foot down. No way! What a tackle! They're back in town. Razzle dazzle. This show was made for fame. Oh, there's a strong shot. Exceptional. That is superb. That is South Sydney at their best. Exhilarating. Viva Rugby League. There's your
Welcome back. In news overseas, a nation-first online register will allow genetic information to be shared between donor-conceived people and donors in South Australia. It's a move that has been welcomed by some in the donor-conceived community, but one sperm donor has criticized the government for lifting the previous condition of anonymity.
Damien Adams was 45 years old when he met his biological father for the first time.
It was like I was looking at the mirror at myself in 30 years' time. It's just uncanny.
Damien was conceived with donor sperm when donor information was kept confidential. He searched for answers about his heritage for decades.
It's also for my own children. So I did this search for them as much as myself so that they would have their identity, their heritage, their family, their medical health history.
Now, an online register will allow for greater access to information for both parties.
This is a core sense of who people are, and everybody should have the right to know who they are and the background of their information.
Under the new system, the name and date of birth of all donors will be made available on request, even if the donations were made prior to 2004, when mandatory anonymity was in place for donors. In addition, donors and donor-conceived people can add information to the register, including medical records and whether they're happy to be contacted.
Removing the anonymity of donors has been criticised by a man who donated sperm in the 1970s.
Just to provide the semen was a personal thing, and it was not intended to create relationships between any offspring that might have occurred.
The register comes online today.
Advocates for Australians with intellectual disabilities say their medical treatment is often cruel and dehumanising because practitioners can often dismiss their health concerns. They say the resulting health outcomes for this cohort are comparable to third world countries and are calling for urgent action to address the problem.
Can I have that one? No.
Rebecca Kelly cherishes time with her son Ryan as he enters his teen years.
Ryan's 13, starting to get that angsty teenage attitude at the moment. He's got a really cheeky sense of humour.
Ryan lives with Down syndrome and is dependent on a medical system that's rife with unconscious bias towards people with intellectual disability. His mother says they've routinely felt dismissed and devalued by practitioners. One doctor even expressed surprise she didn't terminate her pregnancy.
He's not a mistake. He's not an accident. He's actually a really delightful child whose life has value.
People with intellectual disability have much poorer health outcomes than the rest of the population. They have double the preventable deaths, die 27 years earlier, and have 4 times the rate of avoidable hospitalisations. Advocates want the government to mandate disability training in medical degrees and give doctors incentives to hold longer consultations.
The experiences of people with intellectual disability in the Australian healthcare system are comparable to third world countries.
Labor and the Coalition acknowledge that people with intellectual disability face serious inequities in the health system and accept that needs to change. Neither party has committed to specific reform, and researchers say all governments know what is needed to turn things around.
If we can create a system that works for people with intellectual disability, it's going to work for a lot of other groups as well.
Can I sit down? Getting good care for Ryan is very stressful and it takes a lot of skill. And when I'm not here, who's going to do that?
Hoping those in power embrace the challenge.
A woman who survived after contracting melioidosis is urging people to stay alert to the potentially deadly disease. North Queensland is experiencing an alarming spike in cases and fatalities from the soil bacteria.
Debbie Joy Mantan learnt the perils of tropical disease the hard way.
As a family, we played in mud waters, we played in the rain, we did all of that, but I had never heard of melioidosis until I got sick.
The Cairns local contracted the soil-borne disease in 2022 after weeks of heavy rain. She considers herself lucky to be alive.
In and out of hospital for 4 months. My leg where they found the infection actually broke twice.
Queensland is in the midst of an unprecedented melioidosis spike. There have been almost 100 cases this year in the wake of flooding rain across the north.
The rate of infection is now 4 times above what we would expect in a normal season.
A dozen people have died around Cairns, Townsville and Ingham, where 2 women had already drowned in the floods.
The region's been through so much, and then to have loss of life following the flooding event, it just makes it's a double blow.
Flood-ravaged communities are nervous.
I didn't hear about it until it had happened and a couple of people had died. So I'm disappointed that we don't know more about it.
I've heard of a few people that I know that have gotten it, just concerning in that sense.
Melioidosis is most dangerous for older people or those with existing health issues. Bacteria can enter the body through sores and cuts, by breathing it in or by drinking dirty water.
I know it's unpleasant in hot weather, but wearing boots, wearing gloves, for instance, all of that decreases your risk of getting it through your skin and multiplying in your skin before it goes to the rest of your body.
The Premier has vowed to learn from the outbreak to improve health outcomes in the aftermath of future disasters.
And that's everything from messaging to the way that we recover, to the way that we prepare.
Her father has described the moment he discovered his daughter dead on a beach in far north Queensland. Toya Cordingley was killed at Wangeti Beach, north of Cairns, more than 6 years ago. Rawinder Singh has pleaded not guilty to murder.
It was a discovery no parent should make. Troy Cordingley found his daughter's body buried on Wangeti Beach, north of Cairns, in October 2018. She'd been walking her dog in broad daylight when police alleged she was violently killed. Former nurse Rawinder Singh is on trial for her murder in the Supreme Court in Cairns. Mr Cordingley told the court he and several other family members began searching after his daughter failed to return home. I was standing there looking at the ground and there was a mound. It didn't look natural. It was sort of elongated. I was tired. I just dropped down on my knees and I scooped the sand 3 times. The third scoop was a foot. I reeled back. I was horrified, shocked, stunned. The court heard Mr Singh left the country the day after the 24-year-old was killed. He was arrested in India more than 4 years later. The prosecutor told the jury evidence, including mobile phone tracking and CCTV footage, links Mr Singh to the crime. His defence barrister suggested there could be several other suspects, including Miss Cordingley's boyfriend, Marco Heidenreich. You will hear the great efforts police went to investigate Mr Singh, and our question to you is, did they do the same thing with other suspects? Mr Heidenreich said he was with his friends hiking, then searching for his missing dog on the afternoon his girlfriend was killed. Under cross-examination, Mr Heidenreich said he and Miss Cordingley had not been having relationship problems and denied having any involvement in her death. The trial is due to run for 4 weeks.
You're watching TV1 News. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
PNG's #1 sports channels, TV1 Sports, TV1 Sports 2 and 3 are in the 40-channel Digicel prepaid pack.
With a spin with a shot, it is a rocket!
Watch these 3 TV1 Sports channels along with 37 other great channels.
Going to score a fantastic try. What a brilliant piece of thinking.
Get these 3 favorite TV1 Sports channels with your exclusive access to all the sports season live. Don't miss out. Stay up to date and watch all the action. Subscribe now on the 40-channel Digicel prepaid pack for 1, 7, 14 or 30-day plan and enjoy the 40 channels of world-class entertainment and live sports. Dial *515# to subscribe now. Digicel TV. More channels, more choice, more value.
The stage is set. The stadium is rocking. It is go time. The entertainers are back. Rugby league at its absolute best.
We are not just a hospital player, as many people like to think. We are actually a healthcare ecosystem player worldwide.
On the next Managing Asia, Dr. Prem Kumanaya, Group CEO of IHH Healthcare.
The biggest growth for IHH for the next 5 years is going to come from brownfield expansion.
Patients, doctors, who's harder to manage? Don't miss the next episode of Managing Asia.
Welcome back. The excitement to see a PNG NRL team participate in the Australian National Rugby League competition is at an all-time high. But there are some growing concerns whether the team will be fully run by Papua New Guinea when they enter the competition in 2028. Prime Minister James Marape provided an insight into the arrangement on how the team will be run and managed.
Prime Minister James Marape made an eye-opening statement about the new PNG NRL team and how the team will be run and managed in its infant stages when the country enters the NRL competition in 2028. Marape said the NRL will be running the PNG team in partnership with PNG for the longevity of the team. He said they have expertise and good understanding of the business.
I've given my blessings for joint venture work with the NRL in itself. They have the expertise. They know how to start up a business that will be sustainable financially. And so in the first few years, NRL the team set up by NRL itself will run the team for us. We'll be jointly discussing who becomes the chairman and getting the team up and running. We will be sitting on the board as partners, and once the team is set up running, hopefully in 5 years' time, we should have 100% control over the team.
Marapes said PNG will take full control of the team once the team is set up and running. He said this is for the good of the PNG team in the NRL. The Prime Minister further said it is important that the NRL has a strong presence in the PNG team, as it is advantageous for PNG team.
But it is to our advantage that NRL has a strong presence in our team as far as getting the business unit up and running, getting the clockwork system and the clockwork of running a professional team that is much higher than Queensland Cup. In fact, the National Rugby League team is the best rugby league competition in the world.
Pierre Marape has been working closely with the NRL chairman Peter Valandis and CEO Andrew Ebdo after being granted the license to enter the NRL competition in 2028. Marape said he has the support of the NRL and is expected to enter a sustainable and competitive team come 2028. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
The 33rd SP Sports Awards is a significant milestone for PNG sports people and the community, especially on the eve of the country's 50th Golden Jubilee. The theme, Legends of Sports, 50 Years of Excellence and Inspiration, has grabbed the attention of the PNG Olympic Committee.
President of PNG Olympic Committee, Emma YY, expressed satisfaction with the theme of the 2025 SP Sports Awards. She said it is a fitting tribute to Papua New Guinea's 50th independence with a focus on sports progress. YY said this year's theme holds special significance as the country celebrates its 50th anniversary. She said the country reflects on the journey of sporting legends whose contributions have inspired generations and elevated PNG's presence on the international stage. YY is grateful to the SP Sports Awards Committee for a fitting theme, recognizing sportsmanship during PNG's 50th anniversary. She urged the athletes, sports technical officials, and fans to submit applications for each of the 13 categories. Executive Officer of PNG Sports Foundation, Micah James, who spoke at the SP Sports Awards launch, expressed similar sentiments, while emphasizing the importance of sports and its significance in shaping the society. The SP Sports Awards was introduced in 1992 and has been a significant platform for recognizing athletes and sports people since. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
After making last year's Super Rugby W semi-finals, the Western Force are confident they can go one step further when the competition gets underway this weekend. Force Power Brokers have also backed in the women's program, finalizing a $1 million investment aimed at helping the side reach the ultimate goal.
At this suburban rugby ground in Perth's north, the Western Force are putting the finishing touches on their pre-season preparations. With the Super Rugby W season just days away and lasting a mere 4 rounds, a strong start is crucial.
Yeah, really important. We know it's a short season, we know it's a sprint, so we've got to be ready for the sprint.
After falling 1 game short of last year's grand final, expectations within the camp are high. And with that, groundbreaking investment off the field. With backing from Rugby WA and Venues West, the Force have built a dedicated space for the women's team.
To see a space that's yours for the season, you can see names of players who have come before you, so it's starting to kind of ingrain that DNA of who's worked before me, what it all means, and tying together kind of like a genealogy of our club.
The $1 million renovation, including change rooms and showers, was completed in late November and kept under wraps until the side returned from the off-season break.
For the girls to come into day one of pre-season to walk in and have their own locker with their name on it is something pretty special, and the amount of pride that they have in this space now is hopefully going to lead into a good season for them.
Further development plans are already in the works, with the club determined to expand its women's program and hopefully in turn see that off-field growth reflected in on-field triumph.
And there's still more to come. I believe that we've always had the talent. We're just, now we've got the funding, now we've got the program, now we've got the investment, and the rest will come.
The Force kick off their campaign on Saturday at home to the Waratahs.
And that's the news segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Southern, Port Moresby, partly cloudy with chances of few showers. Popondetta, cloudy with rain and possible thunderstorm. Momase, Ley, partly cloudy, becoming cloudy in the evening with some rain showers. Medang, cloudy with some rain and possible thunderstorm. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau and Kavieng, partly cloudy with chances of showers. Kimbe, cloudy period with rain and possible thunderstorm. Highlands, Mount Hagen, cloudy period with rain in the afternoon. Other centers mostly cloudy with some rain. Coral Sea sees rough becoming very rough along the southern part with clockwise winds of 25 to 33 knots, gusting to 48 knots over the southern part. Solomon Sea sees moderate with patches of rough with northwest winds of 20 to 30 knots. Bismarck Sea sees moderate with patches of rough with northwest winds of 10 to 20 knots. Pacific Ocean sees slight to moderate with northeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Bogle and all Milne Islands sees 2.5 to 3 meters rising to 4 meters over the eastern Milne Islands. And waters of Manus and its western group of islands sees 1 to 2 meters. And that ends the news tonight. Have a pleasant evening. Bye for now.
The Tvwan News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.